Hello. Today I just wanted to talk about how to eat healthy and to some extent just generally uh, living a healthy lifestyle. Because I myself I've spent an, a great amount of time and effort learning about eating healthy and just living a healthy lifestyle in general. As the title says, I've lost 30 kilograms. In I lost that amount of weight in a period of about a year, maybe a little less. So I just wanted to share my experience and yeah, the stuff that I learned along the way, kinda, so that I can potentially help guide you to live to changing your lifestyle in a good and impactful way. So, if I wanted to start eating healthy, what would I do? Let's say whether you're skinny or you're overweight or you have other health problems, right? So, so where I would start is obviously moderate what I consume. And what I would do first of all is, uh, moderate my caloric intake based on what my goals are. Uh, of course, everyone knows this. If you're overweight, you eat less. If you're underweight, you eat more. That kind of thing. Of course, that's basic stuff. But now, where this gets a little deeper is just making sure that you have all your nutrients, all your bases covered. So, what I would do is eat a high protein diet because protein does two things. It gives your body more nutrients because not only are you eating the protein itself, which is very good for you, but you're also uh, think about it this way: whole foods like beef, eggs, chicken, lamb, uh, beans, that kind of thing, right? These things, in general, these whole foods that you're eating also tend to carry micronutrients as well. So that's vitamins, minerals. In milk you have calcium. In eggs you have everything other than vitamin C. In red meat, you have zinc, magnesium, uh, I think selenium as well. Though I'm not. I'm pretty sure chicken has that. I'm pretty sure you find selenium in chicken. And of course, these foods generally taste pretty good. There's nothing really special about them per se. I don't really think there's a quote unquote superfood, of course. But each food group and nutrients has its place. So, what I would do is moderate calories to some extent, eat more protein, uh, and don't fall for these fad diets, low fat, low carb, keto, vegan diets, because, like I said, every nutrient has its place, be it at vegetables or meat. These things go together pretty well, I'd say. So, especially if you're someone who has a big appetite, and that's that's kind of what I myself had to learn to some extent. Just managing my appetite in general because I have a pretty big appetite. So eating more vegetables really helped me a lot because when you're eating more vegetables, you're eating more voluminous food without eating too many. without eating that many calories, right? So what I would do is I would take a packet of frozen vegetables, and I would take some ground beef maybe. So I would have my vegetables on the bottom, protein source on the top. So not only am I getting all the nutrients I need, but I'm getting full, even if I'm even when I'm trying to eat less and lose more weight, and trying to keep the muscle that I've built from my training when in a caloric deficit, as it's called. There's other hacks too, like sugar-free jelly, that's 0 calories, as well as sugar-free soda, and what else? Drinking caffeine in a reasonable amount because it's an appetite suppressant, as well as fasting. Fasting is something that I like to implement here and there because it's not a special thing. It's not gonna magically make you burn more fat rather than carbs or anything like that. It's just a way of managing your food intake. Because what happens is when you when you're not eating at the start of the day, you're not spiking your insulin levels, and when you're not spiking your insulin levels, all right, you're you don't get hungry uh, uh, to begin, because it's when you're first consuming food and your insulin goes up at the start of the day that your body just kind of starts to get hungry because it wants more nutrients, it wants more food to sort of give itself more energy and repair itself and that kind of thing. Especially if you're doing some high intensity exercise. For example, if you've ever trained fasted, you might have low energy, or you might feel hungry or whatever. But generally, when you're fasting, as long as you're staying hydrated, you don't really get hungry until you've already eaten, or until you spike your insulin levels by ingesting like artificial sweeteners like zero sugar soda or soft drinks or whatever. So, and last thing, try not to worry about the little nitpicky small things, kind of like artificial sweeteners, uh, whether I should take fresh or frozen vegetables, or whether I'm eating too many carbs, or if I'm eating too much fat or whatever. Just just worry about uh, just worry about, focusing on the big thing, because the thing is, these small things like artificial sweeteners, caffeine, you know, uh, how much sugar to eat, that kind of thing. These are all small things in general. Yes, they are important to an extent, but they're like the difference between 5% of your total health and health outcome. I'd say. Not that I'm an expert, of course, but like in my mind, as an example, if not eating artificial sweeteners like stevia or sucralose makes me 1% better than the general population, then I don't really care that much, because it's like I've been saying, the difference is so small that it's not really worth worrying about. That's why that's why you kind of just focus on the main stuff, the stuff that I mentioned: caloric intake, nutrient consumption, eating enough protein, covering all your bases, um, and uh, yeah, basically just those two things, as well as just making sure that it's something you can stick to, like I talked about, just making sure that you're full, and that whether you're trying to gain weight, that you manage to eat all the calories that you shoot for, or whether you or if you're trying to lose weight, making sure that you're able to stick to your caloric deficit at least most of the time. When by doing things like, if you're trying to gain weight, add olive oil to your food, or if you're trying to lose weight, try to add volume to your food without adding too many calories, like things like frozen vegetables, sugar-free Jello, and things like and using stuff like sugar-free sodas can help too. So that kind of thing. So just make sure you're getting enough general micronutrients and protein, and just make sure that you are in a deficit if you're trying to lose weight, or if you're or in a surplus, you're eating more than your body needs if you're trying to gain weight. Plus all the other stuff that I talked about, trying not to get caught up in all the little things and just focusing on what's important, you know. And as long as you do those things and you stick to these principles, just eating more protein, eating more micronutrients, and trying to stay away. Almost forgot to mention this, but also trying to just stay away from processed foods in general, like fried foods and like ultra processed foods like candy and stuff like that. As long as you try to stick to these principles, or goals, I suppose, in like your daily life and I guess your diet plan, you'll be fine. And you know, when it comes to stuff like calories, the goal isn't to track forever, but to just kind of get good at like knowing how many like calories are in the foods you're eating, just so that you're better able to illustrate for yourself how much you're eating. Like if you're going to a restaurant and you're ordering a piece of steak, how much steak is in the steak, kind of. Just how many calories is in the steak. You can like, once you get good at kind of guesstimating and kind of just managing your energy intake throughout the day, like you don't need to track forever, just as long as you build these healthy habits. Yeah. Making healthier meals in general, and just sticking to staying away from processed foods, eating more protein, and eating enough general nutrients, as well as being able to stick to your diet, making sure that you're full, or making sure that you're getting enough calories and stuff like that, depending on if you want to lose or gain weight. But that's basically all I had to say. I know this was a little drawn out, but I'm doing this kind of spontaneously, so. But I just want to generally just share my advice, and just generally just get the word out there, you know, just try to sort of help the people, is kind of the idea with this video. But yeah, so I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.